Good morning, guys. Welcome to Vlogmas day 4. Actually, it's day 6 technically. I'm skipping over the weekend, so if you missed my day 1 Vlogmas, I talked about how I was going to just do Monday through Friday with these. So technically it's December 6th, it's Monday, but it's the 4th video that I've done in this series so far, and I just dropped my son off at school. It is a miserable, rainy day. It was so dark this morning. It was really hard to get up. So anyway, I hope you guys all had a really nice weekend. We didn't do tons of things, so in a way it's kind of good that I'm not vlogging the weekends, because I feel like this time of year we just kind of like stay home. We try not to go out to where there's like millions of people in the stores. And Saturday my husband was doing some more Christmas decorating. He put up all these little candles in our windows, which looks so pretty from the outside and from the inside too. It just gives a really nice ambiance. And while he was doing that, my son and I went up to his room, and we've been for a long time telling him he's got to cut back his stuffed animals because there's so many that he just doesn't play with. We also swapped out his summer clothes for his winter clothes, so we were kind of just doing those types of projects. And then we headed over to the church. They have a little shed on the property that you can donate stuffed animals and clothing and shoes and all that stuff. So we did that, and then we went to my in-laws for dinner. We had lasagna. Everything was great. And then yesterday we went to a local garden center to pick out a wreath, and this place was so beautiful. It was so Christmassy. I'll show you guys just a little video that I took from there, but it was just gorgeous. They have so many beautiful wreaths to pick from, lots of different decorations. They do have an indoor section as well. We didn't really go in. My husband just went in quickly to pay for everything, but they have so many ornaments and home decor. And they also had a nice fire kind of roaring outside, so my son and I stood by the fire and just warmed ourselves up a little bit since it was chilly. And then last night we had the most beautiful sunset, one of the prettiest ones I've seen, and I had to go outside and just film a little bit. I took some photos as well and posted it on Instagram. It was so gorgeous. I couldn't believe it. And I also got a little shot of the candles in the window and our wreath that we got. My son really wanted the one that had the reindeer on it, so that's what we got. But overall, yeah, it was just a really nice, low-key, relaxing weekend. So I am ready to get back into vlogging for the next 5 days. I'm just gonna head into the grocery store now. I was waiting for like the rain to kind of settle down a little bit, and I think it has. It's like 60 degrees outside. It feels so warm. It feels like a spring morning versus a winter morning. It's not technically winter yet, but I kind of feel like December is winter here for the most part. Normally this would be snow, so it's definitely a welcome sight. So anyway, I am gonna head into the store now and do my normal Monday morning grocery shopping, and then we'll head back to the house. I do have some new packages that came in over the weekend that I want to share with you guys. All right, I'm back home, and it looks like it's actually brightening up a little bit. I can see the sun sort of peeking through, and it's so warm out. I'm definitely gonna have to take a walk today at some point and just be outside for a little because it's so beautiful. So it is garbage day, so I just have to bring in the cans and then we'll get started. Okay, so here's what came in over the weekend. I had placed an order with Scott Barnes because he was having a Black Friday sale, and I've really been enjoying the 2 palettes that I got a couple weeks ago. So I've had my eye on this Cheek to Cheek blush palette for the longest time, and it finally came back in stock. It was out of stock last time I placed an order, but it was all good because now I got it on sale for Black Friday. So definitely we're gonna open this up and swatch it, and I was thinking just doing a try on today of some of this as well. So we have the Pumped Up mascara. I just wanted to try a bunch of different things, like a whole range of products from his line. So I got a Flossy Glossy lip gloss and then a lip pencil. So I thought maybe we could try this all on, and I really have been dying to try the new Colourpop Smoke and Roses palette. So maybe we can just do a full look. And also, on Amazon, I saw this new L'Oreal Age Perfect 4-in-1 tinted balm. It says it's infused with a firming serum, so I thought this might be fun to try out as well. And then I got some affordable skincare from Pop Beauty and also Bliss. So from Pop, we got the Lit AF Essence. They sent me 2 of them. This says it's a skin perfecting essence, and I believe they sell Pop at CVS now. And this says it's a botanical gel essence infused with Pop's proprietary recovery complex to quickly replenish, energizing, hydrating, and rejuvenating. And as far as the ingredients, it looks like it has glycerin, it has aloe, and just a ton of other extracts. So you can pause the video here if you want to check out the rest of the ingredient list. And then from Bliss, I got 2 new products. They have the Youth Got This Prevent 4 plus Pure Retinol Advanced Skin Smoothing Serum, and then a moisturizer in the same line. And they also sent over an old school camera, and it says use this preloaded reusable film camera to live in the moment blissfully and filter free. Once the photos are developed, post and tag at Bliss to be featured on our social. And these are available at Ulta and also at Target. And you guys know how much I loved the Bliss duo, like the pore shrinking duo. Remember how crazy good that was? And it just made my pores like almost invisible. So I've really just been a big fan of Bliss skincare lately. It's super affordable and the formulas are just really good. So this says their Prevent 4 complex is amino acids, peptides, squalane, and antioxidants, all really good stuff. And it says that it has a high concentration of pure retinol plus the Prevent 4 complex, which is a blend of amino acids to support the skin's barrier, peptides to help smooth, squalane to moisturize, and antioxidants to fight free radicals. So it's kind of like an all-in-one sort of a product. Here's the ingredient list for the serum. And then here it is for the moisturizer. I feel like this has got really nice ingredients in it. It's got shea butter, the squalane, the retinol, vitamin E, peptides in there as well. Also jojoba seed oil, which is really hydrating. So yeah, let me just open this up really quick and I'll show you what the packaging looks like. All right, so these are super cute. I love the purple packaging. That's adorable. And it's just like a chunky sort of container. I love it. And then here's the jar for the moisturizer. And on the box here, it says in 4 weeks, skin has a more even tone and texture. So I'm definitely going to be testing this out and I will let you know my thoughts. The other one, the pore one, said it worked in a day, and it literally did. So I'm hoping to see similar results with these. All right, so I thought I would just do quickly some swatching, some opening up these products. We can check them out, and then I'll just put everything on and see what it looks like. So let's check out the Chic Cheek palette first from Scott Barnes. And this palette, I watched a video on it that he did. It's on YouTube, so I'll link it down below. But he kind of explains his thought behind everything in the palette, which is so cool. And then inside, you have 8 shades. You have 2 that are called amplifiers, which are more shimmery blushes, and then 6 mattes. And also this quote, "My colors are blush and bashful," he said is from his favorite movie, Steel Magnolias. And he also explained Mango Fizz, which looks like a mango colored blush, which not a lot of people feel like they would use. But he said he actually used this color on J-Lo in Made in Manhattan in the last scene when she's in the limo and she's wearing the peach dress. She was wearing this mixed with rose and also this one over here, this topper. And he said that these blushes are meant to be layered and mixed together. So he wanted to give us like cooler tones mixed with peachy, warmer tones, and you can just kind of mix and match and have like every color that you would need for blush. So I thought that was really cool how he explained it. So anyway, definitely check out the video. It's only like 4 minutes, but he just sort of, just like I'm doing now, like with a bird's eye view, just kind of goes over all the colors and his thought process behind it. So I'm curious to see how these swatch. I'm just going to pick up one and do a live swatch really quick, and then I'll just swatch the whole thing on my arm. So Mango Fizz is very mango. So this is super smooth. Really, it feels like it's going to be ultra blendable, which I'm excited about. And it's pigmented, but I don't feel like it's so pigmented that it's going to be hard to work with. And I think that's perfect when it comes to blush. It's like the perfect in between. All right, so what do you guys think of this? I really am loving it. I think there's so much variety in here for a blush palette. So often we get blush palettes that have like all peachy tone shades or they're all cool toned. And I love that this is a mix of everything. Like I feel like you have pretty much every blush color you would need, but it's like pared down. It's not so many colors that it's overwhelming, especially if you wanted to mix some blushes together. You know, you have some more nude shades like these 2 right here. Then you have your cool tone pink, but you could always mix it with a nude to kind of tone it down a little bit. And then you have like this coral, you have the mango color that you could add to something to make it more peachy. And then you also have your shimmery toppers as well. So it's really just such a nicely well-rounded palette. All right, next let's check out the mascara. So he has two mascaras on his site, but I felt like this one had the better reviews, and also this one just seemed to be like the most popular overall. So this is Pumped Up, and ooh, I really like this brush. It's like a traditional style mascara wand, and it's also not super fat and chunky, and the brush looks really nice. I feel like that's gonna grab my lashes really well. I've had good luck with mascaras with this type of wand. So next we have the Flossy Glossy Lip Gloss. And the packaging looks like it's going to be really heavyweight and like luxurious, but it actually feels very light. To be honest, it has a little bit of a cheaper feel, so I'm not super crazy about it. Just because his line is a little bit more expensive, I think I was just expecting something that was going to be like weightier, you know? And it has a brush style applicator, which really is not my favorite. Oh, but I'm hoping that the gloss is good. I mean, packaging isn't everything. And by the way, this color is XXX. So it's just like a really pretty nude. Next we have the lip pencil, and this one is in the shade Helena. Now you guys know why my nail polish is always chipping. So this is actually a really nice presentation. We have the lip pencil in here. It also comes with a little sharpener as well, because it's a traditional pencil style. So this is going to have to be sharpened. It's not a twist up. So I was just kind of going by the colors on the website. We'll see what the color looks like here. Oh, that is so pretty. So this is more of like a nude shade as well. I think it's going to pair beautifully with the gloss. And then last up we have the L'Oreal Age Perfect 4-in-1 Tinted Balm. So I got it in the shade 10 Light Clair. I was just kind of going by the swatches on Amazon. And on the back it says, with product on, okay, duh. Skin looks firmer, smooths lines, conceals imperfections, evens tone. And that is too funny that they said with product on. No, we thought it was going to do it with the product off. So anyway, here's what it looks like. And oh my gosh, this looks very dark and orange. The swatch looked nothing like this on the website. All right, let's see. Maybe it'll sheer out a little bit. So, oh, okay. Actually, yeah. It like just totally lightened up in color as soon as I did that. So maybe just the top of it oxidized, although now I'm wondering if it's going to actually oxidize on me. So let me just put some over here. It has an interesting texture. It feels kind of like a cream, but it's not like a thick, heavy cream like a normal, you know, like cream foundations that come in a pot or a compact. It doesn't feel thick like those do. It actually blends out really beautifully. It's super weightless, almost like a serum foundation would be, which is so nice. And the color really isn't that bad. It's maybe just slightly deep for me, like I just put it on this half of my hand, but it definitely evened out my skin tone. And I would say it has a nice like satiny finish. It's not flat matte and it's not shimmery or dewy or anything. So, all right, well, we'll definitely give this a go. So I'm gonna get all my stuff out and then we'll sit down and just do a quick try on. All right, let's start out with the Smoke and Roses palette. Like I said, I'm going to do something a little bit more peachy and warm toned. So I think I'm going to start with this shade Part-Time right here. And I'm going to be using the Angie Hot and Flashy brush set from BK Beauty that I showed last week. I got a lot of requests to show these in action and just let you guys know what I think of them. So I'm starting out with brush A502. And this is like the smaller crease brush. So what I like about this brush is that it doesn't go all over the place. So if you have hooded eyes, sorry, I just have a hair in the way. If you have hooded eyes like I do, or if you have smaller eyes, this just like lets you put the color exactly where you want and it's not gonna go way up here. So you can really just concentrate it right in this crease area here. And then taking the A503, which is a larger crease brush, I'm just going to blend out the edges of that. And these brushes are so nice and soft. I really like them a lot. Next, I'm going to pick up the shade Look at Me, which is a little bit deeper than the first one. And I'm going to be picking this up with the A501 brush. And this is kind of like a lid shader. I'm going to concentrate this mostly toward the outer corner and just kind of bring it in a little bit toward my lid. Next, I'm just going to pick up a little bit of this brown shade, which is called Spin Around, and I'm going to pick that up with her A504 brush. This looks like a little mini crease brush, and she said she likes to use this brush for the outer corner because it's easy to get more precise results with it. And I love it. I feel like before I was using a pencil brush for my outer corner and it was a little bit too stiff. I like that this one is fluffy like a crease brush. It kind of allows you to go back and forth in circles like this and really blend out that outer color, especially when they get a little bit darker like this. Sometimes I think they become a little bit more difficult to blend. So I've always wanted like a small blending brush like this, and I think she really nailed it with this. And then for my lid, I think I'm gonna start with this shade called Romance, which is sort of like a rose gold. It's a little bit more gold than rose, but I feel like it does have just a little hint of pink in it. And I'm just gonna apply this to my lid with my finger. So actually next I'm going to grab this shade Speechless because this one I think is even prettier. This one shows up okay, but then I just swatched Speechless and I think I want that one instead. So I'm just going to kind of top this one with this one. All right, so I'm going to wait to finish off my eyes until after I do the foundation. So let's try out this Age Perfect stuff. I'm really curious. I'm not even sure how I want to apply it exactly, whether I want to use my fingers or a brush or a sponge. I think I'm going to use a brush just because a sponge might shear it out too much. But I'm going to start out just kind of putting some on my face with my finger and then go from there. So let's see. This is the BK Beauty 101 brush. Okay, so the good news is it looks like absolutely nothing on my skin. I can't see it at all. It doesn't look like I'm wearing foundation, which I always really love. But at the same time, it doesn't look like I'm wearing foundation in the sense that there's no coverage. I mean, it's very, very slight from this side to this side. I think looking at this side where I put it, my skin actually looks a little smoother. My pores look less noticeable. But I think it has the same kind of dewy finish that I had before from my skincare. It hasn't taken away any shine, which is great if you want a dewy finish, if that's what you're looking for. I think that would be a positive. But similar to the Maybelline Perfector that I tried on Vlogmas Day 1, I think it was, that one, I just felt like it was more of a tinted primer, and this is kind of telling me the same thing. It doesn't have the same feel as that at all. This is a cream, and that one was more of a mousse. But it has a very similar, like almost no coverage and just a really skin-like finish, and it smooths out your skin really nicely. But beyond that, is it going to cover? Like, what do you want it to cover? I don't think so. I feel like I would have to put concealer in way too many areas of my face at this point, but I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest and we'll see what it looks like when it's all done. All right, so here's the finished result, and I think this definitely has a very glowy, very radiant sort of finish, which normally is not something that I'm looking for. I find that those types of finishes generally like attract attention to fine lines and pores. At the moment, it doesn't seem to be doing that, but I feel like once it settles in, it might. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye on that. As you guys probably noticed, my nose was very red today, the whole area, and also I had redness on my chin. I feel like it tamped it down slightly, but I can still see redness peeking through. So I'm gonna go ahead and just add a little bit of concealer for now. For concealer, I'm using the Catrice True Skin Concealer, and this is in the shade 10 Cool. And I've absolutely been loving this concealer. I think it's fabulous. And I'm going to use the Angie Hot and Flashy concealer brush, which is the A506. And this brush, oh my gosh, it's incredible. Like, look at how it just fits perfectly right underneath the eyes. It's angled. It's just like a smaller version of their foundation brush that I just used. It just fits underneath the eyes so perfectly, and it blends out concealer like a dream. It just buffs it right into your skin, and it gives a beautiful, flawless result. Also, it fits into like the corner of your nose really easily too. I mean, it's just an all-around amazing brush. I've been loving it. All right, guys, so complexion's done. I just want to quickly show you up close and personal what this looks like so that you can see for yourselves as far as the coverage and how it's sitting on my skin. To be honest, the longer it sits, it really is starting to draw major attention to my pores. And unfortunately, that's the same exact thing the L'Oreal Serum Foundation did to me, that newer one that came out a few months ago. They're supposed to be geared more toward aging skin, but for me, it almost makes my skin look older. So to be honest with you, not really impressed with this at the moment. Again, we'll see how it wears. Maybe as it settles, it'll start to look better. Sometimes foundations do that, but in my experience, most of the time they end up looking worse as time goes on, but we will see. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and finish my eye look, and I'm going to go back into this one called Look at Me, and I'm gonna take a little pencil brush. This is a small pointed eyeshadow from Profusion, and I'm just gonna apply this to my lower lash line. All right, moving on, let's try the Scott Barnes Pumped Up Mascara. I'm really excited to see how this works out. I haven't really heard anybody talk about this. I know Tati talks about Scott Barnes products a lot, but I don't even know that I've seen her test this. She probably has, and that was just a video that I happened to miss. But so far it feels like sort of in between a wet formula and a dry formula, but it's a little bit more on the wetter side, I would say. It's definitely building volume very quickly though, so that's good. Okay, so there's one eye done, and I definitely love the results of this. I think it gives really nice length, volume, it's not clumpy. It definitely curls up my lashes a little bit. So I'm definitely impressed so far. I'm hoping that it doesn't flake or smudge underneath my eyes. Now let's go ahead and open up the cheek palette, and I'm going to be using the Angie blush brush for this one, and I definitely want to try out Mango Fizz. I think I'm going to use that one first and then top it with Minimalist just to kind of soften it. I guess if it needs it, we'll see. All right, here we go. All right, so it's definitely very mango-y. Not a color I'm used to seeing on my cheeks, but at the same time, I'm kind of into it. It's really, really pretty. All right, I'm just gonna top a little bit with Minimalist now. So that's what it looks like by itself. All right, so what do you guys think of this combo? I think this is so pretty and peachy. The only thing is, I don't think I'm gonna add any of the toppers today because that L'Oreal foundation, like all this glow is from the L'Oreal. Like these are flat matte blushes and my cheeks still look super glowy. So I think I'm just gonna leave it right here and not go any further with the glow. But I think these blended so easily. They were nicely buildable too. They weren't over the top pigmented. I think an overly pigmented blush is really harsh on fair to light skin tones most of the time, and I always have to just blend and blend and blend. And with these, I really didn't. I felt like I could just keep adding more if I wanted to and layer them up. So I'm very happy with this blush palette so far. I feel like it was very easy to use and the colors are stunning. All right, let's move on to lips. So I'm going to use the lip pencil first in the shade Helena. This is such a nice and creamy lip pencil. Sometimes I worry about the ones that you have to sharpen being too dry, but I was able to fill in my lips completely with it. So now I'm just going to apply the gloss on top in XXX. This has the most amazing scent. It kind of smells like vanilla or marshmallows or something, but it's delicious and it feels super hydrating. It's a thicker gloss. It's maybe just slightly sticky, but not an overly sticky gloss. It feels more creamy than anything. And when I talk, like my lips are not sticking together, which is definitely a good thing, but it has lots of shine. And I think that the thicker lip glosses in general tend to last a little bit longer. So I definitely don't mind that at all. But yeah, just an overall very peachy look for today. I'm just gonna take my hair down. I feel like I probably need a little bit of bronzer, but I just didn't want to add too much powder to my face because I want to see how this L'Oreal stuff holds up. So if I put powder on it, that might affect the longevity, or you might be seeing the powder, like if I do a close-up later. So I'm just gonna forego the bronzer and we'll see how everything holds up. But really loving just this soft and peachy look today. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab lunch, and then later on I'll show you guys how everything wore throughout the day. Hey guys, I'm just here for a really quick check-in and I wanted to let you know how the makeup has been holding up so far. It's about 2:45 p.m. so I haven't been wearing it all that long. I put it on around 11 or so it's been a couple of hours now, and unfortunately I don't think I'll be able to give you a full like 8 to 10 hour wear test because I usually have to stop these videos now, since when we get home I have to do like homework with my son, give him his bath, cook dinner, edit this video, so there's just so much to do later on. But I will definitely let you guys know either in a pinned comment or in the description box how everything held up throughout the day. But basically I want to quickly insert a photo that I just took just now of how the foundation is wearing, especially on my cheek area. I'm not a huge fan of it. I feel like it's definitely making my pores look more noticeable. It's settling into them, which I really don't like. And to be honest with you, I'm not super impressed with the coverage. I am somebody who likes light coverage, but this is like too light for me. I wasn't crazy about the glowy look that it gave. So for me, it was definitely a thumbs down. I think if I had to pick between this one and the Maybelline, I still like the Maybelline just because I like the texture better, and I felt like it smoothed out my skin rather than exaggerating my pores and fine lines. So if you have skin like I do, then I would probably give this one a pass. Also, the blush is so pretty. I know out here it kind of, it's bright, so it makes everything look a little bit more faded, but I just love the peachiness. I love that mango fizz color mixed with the pinky nude blush. I forget what it was called now, but it looks so beautiful. Also, the Colourpop palette was awesome. I mean, I'm very used to Colourpop's formula by now, so I knew I was gonna like that. But I really love the peachy tones in this eye look, and I'm excited to use more of the cool tones next time for sure. And oh, the mascara. The mascara is actually holding up very well so far. No smudging, no flaking. So again, I'll let you guys know down below like how it holds up by the nighttime. And oh, the lip products, those wore off because I did eat lunch in between and all of that, but I really like the lip pencil a lot, and I felt like the gloss was nice too. It was a nice formula. Is it worth like the money? I don't know. Like I said, I think my Maybelline lifter glosses work just as well, if not better. They almost have more of a smoothing effect on my lips, so I would probably just stick with those and skip paying the high price tag for a gloss, because to be honest with you, like, there's drugstore options out there, so you really don't need to spend a lot when it comes to lip gloss. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and end the video here. But before I left, I did get in a new box from C-Color Cosmetics. There's 4 new palettes that I can't wait to share with you, so that'll be in tomorrow's video. And also I got my Stitch Fix order in, so I may have a clothing try on for you tomorrow as well. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care, guys. Bye.